Man, what a week it's been. Alright, so what a week it has been so far for the market. I want to do a market update, but looking at the shorter term time frames. We're going to be looking at the daily, we're going to be looking at the 60-minute and see what the market is actually telling us. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright. What a week the market has been. We're going to look at the daily charts, going to look at the 60-minute charts, and to see what I see short term with these markets. I'm going to start off with the Dow Jones. And then I'm going to move forward through the other markets. So looking at the shorter term, if I open this chart right up, we know that this whole area where it's getting into right now, we know that area is indeed a resistance level. Okay, there's no doubt about that. Anyone that knows how to read charts, no doubt about that, especially this area through here, this rectangle that I've got. I didn't even know what to call that thing now until that little bubble popped up and said it was called a rectangle. I've been looking at these charts too long. I'm looking forward to the weekend with my kitty cats. Alright, so let me show you what I see here. So we know this is an area of major support. We can see major resistance, lots of support. Okay, we can see all that. So shorter term, what do we see shorter term? So shorter term yesterday was long term, okay? Yesterday I'm talking at the short term. So there's the resistance, there's support, there's a little bit of support there, and a support there, and a support there, and a little hover around, a little hold, and then breakthrough. So we're getting into that area, not now, but we're getting very close to that area. So a little bit more upside can come into it. Now let's actually read what the market is actually telling us. Now, I am not giving you a prediction. I'm not predicting this is going to happen. I'm just telling you what the charts are telling me right now. Okay, so for you guys that are saying, let's see if your predictions come true, it's got nothing to do with me predicting anything. It's just got me projecting what the charts are telling me. You guys that know how to read charts, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's no predictions at all. It's just a projection. I'm just telling you what the markets are telling me. All right, that's all. So let's have a look at this here. I want to share this with you because I was talking about this at the start of the week, where we have this, what we call, looks like a bullish flag, but it's actually a bullish reversal, where the market runs up, and then we actually have this type of action where the market slowly and surely crawls higher. Okay, higher and higher and higher. So as we can see there. So, and as you can see, if I bring that trend line up through there, and I bring it right up to the top, bing, smack, bing, bang, bong, bong. Have you noticed Donald Trump says that? Bing, bong, bong, bong. I don't know why. Alright, focus. So, resistance, support, ran up resistance, hit the support, and now it's hitting resistance on this shorter term channel. This eventually will start to do this. You watch. Watch the market. So, that's the first thing I do say. This is actually a weak, this is actually a reversal sign, okay? Now, what I do say, let me actually delete that off. Let me delete that off, and let me actually show you bar analysis. Okay, bar analysis. Because in a strong bull moving market, what do you normally get? You normally get up bar, and then another follow through, and then another follow through, and then maybe another follow through, and then maybe a doji or something, and then it starts to have a pullback, and then we continue up. Okay, that's what we normally get, right? So, but by looking at this market and by looking at these charts, it's not showing that. Now, hear me out here. Whenever I'm looking at these markets, a strong, big bull market will actually have continuous and consecutive moves up after a pullback and then continue up. Okay, so you would expect a lot more of, if this was more of a buyer's market than a seller's market, you would expect a lot more of these in continuous, right? Meaning we have just good 3 movement to the high side. You would actually expect that. But we're not getting that. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to rally up. If we do rally up another day into this resistance level, we're likely to, that 17,100 is definitely a bingo resistance, major resistance. So, but if you have a look at the bars, yes, the market is moving slightly higher, ever so slightly over this last couple of days. But there's a lot of weakness in the movement. There's not a lot of strength in the buyers. And by reading the charts, you can see, look at this here. We have this like this little nice strong up bar, breaks the highs, and then we have this down bar, and then we have this reversal bar, and then we have a big strong up bar, and then we have a lower close, and a lower close, and then we have another big up bar, and then it just slightly closes higher, and then slightly closes higher. Where is the strength in this market? If this is really a big booming market, the buyers will be coming out of the woodworks. Now, why do I say that? Well, let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to the last time we were over here. You can actually see that the last time we were over here, you can see that it came down. We had a big up bar, little doji, another nice big up bar, another nice big up bar. We got into this resistance, we broke through, and then we continued on up. A couple of down days, and then continued up. Okay, so we get a lot of follow through with these big up bars in a big booming market. And guys, what I'm saying here is this: if you read the psychology of what the bar is telling you, which that sounds like a big word, but all you're reading is what's that? We got a big up bar through here. Let me squeeze this up. We got a big up bar through here. Let me see if I can change my color to say that one there. All right, so we got a big up bar through there. And if this was truly a strong market, you would expect some good follow through, at least for the maybe 1 or 2 days afterwards. You know what I mean? Bam, an upside like that. You would expect some follow through, but we didn't get follow through. What did we get? We got some weak follow through. We actually opened and then came down, then came back up and closed higher. Open, came down, came back up, closed higher. That is very weak follow through. You see what I'm saying there? So within this follow through, it's actually, to me, it's not showing a lot of strength in the buyers camp. And that's why I said this rally here is a sucker's rally. It might go up another 1 or 2 days, but ultimately, guys, if we get into this resistance level, we're likely to start seeing this, and then we're likely to start getting some big movement to the downside. And trust me, guys, 1 or 2 down days is going to wipe out this whole lot here, or maybe not this whole lot, but at least this bit through here. Okay, so that's what I see on the daily chart. Let's look at the Let's look at the S&P daily chart for the Dow Jones. S&P, same thing. S&P, we're getting into that resistance level right now as we speak. Again, just slowly crawling higher and slowly crawling higher. This is struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling to move higher. We are ever so slightly moving higher, but we're not getting, oh, look at this. Bam, we run up. Okay, run right up. We get like almost a 2.5% update. Bam, and then what happens? Less than 0.5%. What happens here? 0.3%. Okay, so something's not right here. We're getting into that. We're getting that longer term video I did yesterday. That's longer term. This is shorter term. Let's look at the Nasdaq. What did the Nasdaq do? The Nasdaq's doing basically nothing, right? It's getting into this resistance level now. Remember I said before, 47 to 48 is that whole big arrow resistance. We're now getting into that, and what's happening now? We're struggling to follow through. Look at this, a little up bar. If I just take this off the screen, you'll be able to see it. There. This is a little up bar, and today I was like basically break even. Where is the strength in that? If this is really going to the new highs, where is the strength in that? Do you see what I'm saying here? So I'm reading the bars and say, okay, where is the follow through? What's actually happening here? And if you go back to the Russell was one that was almost up 1%. Yeah, giddy up. The Russell was the strongest. Now the Russell was the strongest for me because it actually went down the lowest out of all of them. You're probably saying, what the hell do you mean, John? So look at this here. Went up, and this is still going up. Now, what I mean by it went down the lowest, if I bring up my weekly charts and I go to the Dow Jones, let's start with the Dow Jones first. Bring up my weekly charts, bring up this level here. You can see on the Dow Jones, what do? We made a double bottom, right? S&P, we made a lower trough. Nasdaq, what happened? Made a slight lower trough. Russell, what happened? Made a double top, and it from the high to the low, it actually dropped the most out of all of them. Okay, so you can see the most it actually dropped out of all. Now we're actually retracing back up into this area of resistance. So I would actually expect that. Then I'm expecting a reversal, and then down we go. But that was the longer term chart. So that's why I say Russell has been the strongest because it actually went the furthest down. We had this move down here was a lot steeper, up 17%. Let's check this one here. This one here was pretty much the same, 17%. So yeah, you're pretty much the same, 17%. But I think the Russell actually had a lot steeper move to the downside. So getting into this area, especially this area where we are right now, look at that resistance through there. So that's what I see there. Okay. Now I want to flip you over to the hourly chart. Because the hourly chart, let me take everything off the screen. We know we're in this area of resistance. We know where we are short term. Let me go to the hourly chart, and I want to show you what I see on the hourly chart and why I think this market is totally weak. And yeah, even on the hourly chart. So look at this hourly chart here. What do you normally get on any market? You normally get swings, right? You have a good run down and you have a pullback, and you have a good run down and you have a pullback, and you have a good run down and you have a pullback, and you have a sideways, comes back up, comes down, pullback, comes down, pullback, comes so on and so forth, right? Runs up, pullback, so on and so forth. That's how the markets work. But when you start to get this extended move to the high side, what is that call for? This is actually calling for weakness, right? This is actually weakness in the market. It's not strength, because the market doesn't just keep going up. You guys must understand this. It has pullbacks. And right now, if you look at the bigger picture, this is actually a pullback in a big overall bear phase. Makes sense? So you can see that on the Russell. You see how we just continue up, and up. Look at the Nasdaq. Same thing, right? Had a little pullback, and now we've just been continued to run up to the high side. S&P, same thing, right? We had a little pullback, run up, and now we're just creating like this small little reversal type flag. Like the reversal type flag I was just saying before. If I show you here, so you can see how the market ran up through there, and then suddenly it's having these like strong buys into these weak buys on the hourly chart. That to me is bearish. Okay, what is bullish is when the market runs up and creates like a bull flag like that. You say, John, oh, that really doesn't work. It does work. You know what I mean? You just got to look at the market now. Look at this over here. What do we have? We had these strong buyers. We went into these weaker buyers, and what actually happened? We had this pullback. That's just what happens, right? This here is the exact same thing as this over here. What's different about it? Nothing, right? It's the exact same. So that's what I am seeing on this market. I'm seeing the bigger picture resistance. So I'm tying the weekly, the daily, and the 60-minute together. This is truly powerful. And if you get this, this will change your trading for life. Bring this up. This is an overall big weekly resistance. Doesn't mean it's going to turn tomorrow. No. It's getting into a major area of weekly resistance. 1. 2, daily chart. If I go to the daily chart, what's actually happening? We're getting just small little updates. We're not getting the good 2 or 3% updates, and then they're not racing for new highs. That's 2. And 3, if I go to the hourly chart, look what we created, like a bullish, like this look bullish looking, same as over here. Had a big buys, and then we had these weak buys going up through there. That pulled back. Buys, it's gone up through like that through there. I'm expecting a pullback. The exact same here is the exact same there. So we have 3 things overall: the weekly, the daily, and the 60-minute, all speaking together. And when you get this sort of combination coming together, it's very, very powerful. So yes, I am calling. Maybe we're going to get another update to tonight in the markets, which is Friday. Okay, but I'm expecting the market to start faltering next week and having a bearish week next week. So that's what I'm seeing in this market, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. Hey, it's John Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.